Hi, everybody. It's Craig, Raphael, and Nick. Docs Daily, your Wednesday edition. And it is, can you believe this? It's the 29th. We have 2 more days to Halloween, 2 more days after today for the month of October to make some money. And we're going to do that just for you guys. Of course, if you haven't done so, make sure you get on the free $60 account to check us out. Go to docsports.com/free60. Use that $60 however you want, just like cash. It comes with the guarantees, just like you've spent cash. So make sure you check it out. Also, if you haven't done so, greatest probably value we have here at Docs is the Docs Sports YouTube premium memberships. There's 3 different levels. Click the link to get in anywhere from $4.99, that's Lenny's level, all the way up to $49.99, where you can get some of these guys on the screen here, 3 different plays from different experts every day. Make sure you check out below in the description. All right, boys. Can you believe? I'm going to start here. Raphael, if you would have said yesterday, Craig, what odds would it take for you to take Toronto? It would have been way more than what was listed. I'm going to be very honest. I just thought after that long game, Ohtani on the mound, I just thought it was season's over. Not so fast, 2-2. What do you like here, Raphael? Just tell me where the money's coming in. Obviously, some people like betting underdogs. Dodgers a huge public team. Where's the money coming in?
We'll probably see the total move a half a run like we saw yesterday. We'll probably see 8.5 when the first pitch goes off. We saw the over hits when these two teams played before. It was 11-4, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's very interesting. I released Dodgers run line yesterday. It was only, I think, a 4-unit play. I'm up almost 9,000 for the season. I had 4-unit play. Before the first pitch, I heard every radio station. I heard every TV show, Dodgers, Ohtani about Dodgers. What did I do yesterday? I love me some chaos. I love me when the Golden State Warriors won 70 games and didn't win the chip. I love when the Patriots went undefeated and didn't win a chip. So you know what I did yesterday before the first pitch? I bet Toronto Blue Jays to win the World Series. They're going to win in 6. I'm saying it right now. Blue Jays win in 6.
Winning in 6, Ralph.
What's
that.
That odds? What odds did you get that at?
I
didn't put win in 6. I just put the win the world. Win the world. Yeah, it's just to win it all.
And that's +2.
I got +208.
Yeah. So now it's not +208 now.
No, it's like +130, 135. Yeah. It's been getting hammered all day. Blue Jays to win a World Series,
which we've seen. I don't know. I don't know how Toronto's doing it, to be very honest. I really felt like the Dodgers bullpen is the one thing that I thought. If you match every team up and you just go bullpen, starter, offense, defense, all that, I thought it was the one edge they had was the bullpen. It really has been about even, though. It really has been the starters for the Dodgers that is kind of surprisingly. Snell goes today. He was lit up on his first outing, Nick. Is he bouncing? I mean, he's been unbelievable. You should put a line through that as the horse racing angle in me. I always love to do this. If I can just draw a line through one, the last outing of a horse or a player, and it's like, what would the odds be? Is that what you do here? You just say, hey, that was an anomaly, or no?
I mean, yeah, Blake Snell is due, but how good has this offense been for Toronto? And big-time players make big-time plays, and that's exactly what Vladdy did. Yesterday, down 1, he hit that 2-run bomb there, and they didn't look back. This offense for the Toronto Blue Jays is going to see Blake Snell again. The value here is on the Toronto Blue Jays, and that's exactly where I'm going again. Like Ralph said, he's high on them. He thinks they're winning in 6. I think 7 maybe here, Ralph, but I do believe they get off to a hot start on Blake Snell. They see him again. Obviously, you got Savage back on the mound here, and he'll have another good outing, I believe. So I like Toronto Blue Jays here early, first 5 innings. I think the value here is on the hot offense, and that's the Toronto Blue Jays.
And you got to think about it. The Dodgers batters 6, 7, 8, 9 have been horrible, awful. It's just those top 4 that's doing everything. They can't get nothing. Once you get past Fernandez in the lineup, their Dodgers lineup has been awful.
Well, what do you think about the total in this, Ralph? I mean, yesterday pushed. But we've seen push, over, under, over, push, over. No, I'm sorry. It goes push, over, under, over. That's what we have. What do you think as far as the total? Because Snell did go up a bunch. I just can't see him doing that again. I do think he'll be a lot better. I think Savage will be too. I was kind of leaning towards the under in this one.
If it goes to 8.5, I'll probably dab it. I'll lay the -120, which it probably will be when they move it to 8.5. I'll probably dabble in the under an 8.5.
I always say, which does it favor? If it gets high scoring, does it favor Dodge? Like, I'm kind of mind effing myself because I'm kind of thinking like, if it goes high scoring, that means Snell got lit up. I'm guessing, and so that probably favors Toronto. So maybe if I'm a Toronto better, I like Toronto in the over, and if I'm a Dodgers better, I like the Dodgers in the under. If you had to like a correlate a parlay in your mind kind of thing, is that where maybe you would lean towards, Nick? Like, I just can't see Blue Jays winning in a low
Yeah,
score.
definitely. I'm high on Toronto, and just because of the bats in this offense. So I do believe they get to Blake Snell, which would indicate, they're going to score a lot of runs. And if the Dodgers want to win this game here, their last game at home, they're going to score runs. So I lean towards that over, even 8.5 here. I believe the Toronto Blue Jays, like I said, get off to a hot start against Blake Snell.
Well, the bullpens got used up obviously in the 18-inning game. But now, like yesterday, they didn't get overused. So I think everybody's available again. So I guess that would lean at least little to the under. Although I don't know, it's just I just thought it was going to be different. I really thought the Dodgers were going to win in 5 or 6. I just couldn't see this. But now I don't know. I've stayed away the last couple of games, thank goodness, because I would have been wrong if I bet them.
Last night or yesterday, I put up a prop bet. I think 4 books put it up over under walks of Ohtani. I put 2.5. I juiced it. Everyone bet the over. Everyone bet the over. We started at 2.5 under. There was 120. The under was plus money because everyone thought he was going to be intentionally walked the whole game. And then when they pitched it right to the start, when they pitched to him, like, oh, we just made a buttload of money. Because if they pitched him to him now, when you can just give up a solo home run in the first and you're only down 1-0, that doesn't really mean anything. If they pitch him in the first, I'm like, they're going to pitch him the whole game.
I don't know. I don't think I'd pitch this guy. Like you already said, the back half of the Dodgers lineup is struggling. I'm going to try to pitch around him, if not outright walk him, and then I'm going to dabble around Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, and then I'm going to take my chances with everybody else. Like, just be honest. Like that's how I would be playing this Dodgers lineup. I like the Blue Jays lineup top to bottom, the way they've been playing a little. It's been a little more spread out.
Let's talk about Bo Bichette missing a whole month of a knee injury, and he comes back. He's like Kyle Schwarber for the Cubs. He missed the whole thing, and in the World Series, he just didn't skip a beat. No one's talking much about Bo Bichette because everyone's talking about Vladdy, but Bo Bichette's been my MVP so far in the series.
It's just been an unbelievable series. I hope it's another good game tonight. Talking a little college football, how about that? I thought last night I loved James Madison. Unfortunately, the way we release games is a little wacky. For people that don't know. And so it's hard to release games like, I'm going to have a play on a Tuesday. It just causes a big problem. So I didn't. I gave it out in the free videos, though, for everybody. Tonight, I think Jacksonville State's maybe that type of game for me. I kind of think Jacksonville State, they've been way better than I thought. Either of you two have an opinion? When Rich Rod left, and he took everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought this team was really going to struggle. Jacksonville State's running the hell out of the ball right now. I think they're going to roll tonight. Either of you have an opinion on this one?
Yeah, I mean, Middle Tennessee is 1-6 on the season here. This is a Jacksonville State team here that can move the ball. They're averaging right now 416 yards here per game. So I don't see Middle Tennessee stopping them here. So I'm with you, Craig. I like Jacksonville State in this one tonight.
It was a little it was the odds maker. Like, I was like, what do they know that I don't know? Because I thought it should have been 6. Raphael, do you have any opinion on that? Like the 4 would it kind of made me worry because what am I missing?
Yeah, I know they're 1-6, but they have covered 3 games this week. They're playing a little bit better at home, but I want nothing to do with the Blue Raiders. I was leaning towards the over, but I can't trust Middle Tennessee's offense to give me, if I'm playing that over at 54.5, 55, does that mean I'm going to get 20 plus points from Middle Tennessee? I don't think so. So I would have, if this was like a Saturday game, I probably would have just passed on it just because I don't see Middle Tennessee State scoring for me to put a unit play on a total.
All right, so the big card tonight is in the NBA, 10 games, and admittedly, right now, this NBA season is a little like I knew what I was going to expect from several teams. Like, I thought Thunders would be good again. They've been good, even though they've not played good entire games. They found ways to win games. Yesterday's game was a little deceiving. Just the Kings were up most of the game, and then they, the fourth quarter, Thunder just do what the Thunder do. They turned it on and pulled away late. The Warriors have looked unbelievable. I mean, like, for real. Raphael, after the first week now, we're we're 1 week officially over. Is there any like sportsbook like movement here as far as teams like people betting futures on any of these?
Yeah, Bulls are winning the chip. I mean, we're perfect. We're 3-0, 3-0 against the spread. I mean, it's just bring us the trophy. Michael Jordan said it correctly yesterday. We don't do load management in Chicago for the Bulls. We're gonna go 82-0 this year. So, I think one team that has surprised me, not for record-wise, pace-wise, the Utah Jazz pace. I didn't think they were gonna be this fast of a team. Looking for overs for them all season if they can continue to roll like that. We knew they're gonna be shooting the 3-ball all season long, but I'm really excited to watch this Utah game. Game after game, and how they play the pace. So I think that's something interesting. And I'm going to say Boston Celtics, but I knew coming in the Celtics were going to be mediocre or bad with no Tatum. But I really thought some guys would step up and maybe, prove themselves. Hey, you know what? Tatum's not here. I'm going to step up. And so far, I haven't seen it. It's only been White, but he's been on and off, on and off. I thought other people in that organization would step up.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just losing Tatum. They traded away Drew Holiday, which he was a nuts and bolts kind of guy. Porzingis, I know
in Atlanta.
A lot of people had because he was out so much the last few years, Porzingis. But I mean, you lost a lot of depth in that team. Also, Luke Cornett, of course. So a lot of guys that were on the second
Golden
unit.
State.
Yeah, a lot of the second unit guys now are starting or asked to be playing a higher minutes, and we just haven't seen them perform. They're going to have to shoot it at a high rate from three, I think, to be above a 500 team this year. I think we've seen it right now. I don't think Brown can carry them. And, there's not like Tatum's coming back anytime soon. In fact, I don't think he'll be back the entire year because by the time I think he's ready, they're going to be not looking at a playoff or towards the bottom, and that just why risk it at that point. Nick, any surprises outside of your Bulls? I know we got two Bulls guys here. We got two Chicago guys. What the hell? Bears and Bulls. I know. Bears, Bulls, and Blackhawks.
I don't put me in a Bears situation. I'm not in a Bears situation. Don't put me
Bear down, baby. Bear down.
Outside of your rose-colored glasses on the Bulls, any surprises so far for you?
Surprises in the bad side of things. In the Indiana Pacers, they haven't picked up a win here, but they're going up against the Dallas Mavericks team here tonight. The line says it too. They're plus 6.5 here on the road. It's shocking that they haven't come away with a win. You looked at that the Thunder game when they played the Thunder. It was a very close game. They should have won that game. I think they win here tonight on the road, a little upset. It's just been surprising they haven't found a way to get a win here yet this season. So I think a little upset with against the Dallas Mavericks here tonight is definitely
lots of injuries. Lots of injury. Mathurin, I think, is out tonight. It's the they should say who's playing, who's full steam instead of who's hit or miss if they're going to play or not play tonight, because everybody on the Pacers lineup seems like, especially the key contributors, are on the injury list. So I don't know. And
just the Lakers.
The Lakers are banged up. What are these guys? How are you injured playing after 3 games? I see you get 1 or 2 guys, but it's the whole freaking team. That game and the Lakers, both Luka and of course LeBron and
Jackson Hayes is out tonight,
and somebody else is a potentially non-go. So I don't get it. Michael Jordan said no load management. Back in the day, guys didn't get injured, and when they did, they fought through it and played. Now it's they don't even try; they just set out. Which I get it. These guys make a ridiculous amount of money. All right, I want to get your opinion. One thing, Raphael, tonight's games. Orlando, Detroit. This is 2 of the guys that I thought these teams, especially with the injuries to Boston, the injuries with Cleveland, the injuries with, not necessarily injury, they let Dame go, but the Bucks is the pretty wide open East, I thought. And I thought these 2 would be the teams that could step forward. Has not looked great so far. What do you think tonight in this matchup? Because it's kind of who could take the first step forward as a young team?
Yeah, I was really high on Orlando coming in. I thought Detroit would make a small step forward, but I thought Orlando was going to make a giant step forward. So I'm more shocked on how Orlando started off slow. I like Orlando tonight, especially on the money line. I'm not the biggest money line better, but I would take straight up W. I think they take Detroit, even though our boy in the back's pulling out his hair right now. But I'm sorry, I'll take the Orlando Magic on this game. I just think they finally get a W, and I think they turn things. They're too talented to be struggling.
Well, Orlando, when they got Desmond Bane, I was like, oh, maybe this is that guy that stepping in. Last year, it was Caldwell Pope, right? That's who they got to kind of – and it's I thought, is he an upgrade from Caldwell Pope? I don't know. I thought maybe. I guess they didn't win in Memphis. It wasn't like you were like a huge winning pedigree. They just need, it seems like, a veteran presence that says, hey, this is how we got to do it to perform. Because talent-wise, there's no excuse why Orlando doesn't win a lot more games. I will say this. Pincheiro is not, like, I don't know what he is yet. Like, I thought at some point, remember when he almost beat Cleveland? They took him to 7 games. That was 2 years ago. I thought that dude had an unbelievable series after, especially the last 5 or 6 games. I was like, dude, this guy's going to step. He has not made that next step.
He needs a Robin. I mean, if he wants to be a Batman,
he doesn't shoot the ball well, though. He doesn't.
That's true.
He's a mid-range shooter, which you can argue. I know the analytic people say that's not the way to win in the NBA now. We've seen guys win at that. You got to be better at it if you're going to shoot twos, though. You can't be shooting 15-foot fadeaways at a 35% clip. And that
needs to be like DeRozan.
Yeah, like DeRozan.
If you're going to live on a 2-point land, be him.
Yeah, he's going to shoot 50%. If you're going to shoot twos, you have to shoot 50 because, you do the math. What is it from 3? It's like 36, 37. That's just average in the NBA now. Okay, now last night we saw the Clippers. Nick, talk me off the ledge because I'm like, I want to just bet against the Clippers every night because they're just maddening. They lost the opening game to Utah, and it wasn't close. It was like this, and they were down 20. Last night, it was somewhat close, and then the Warriors just like stomped on their throat, and they just gave up. It is like no fight in that team. Talk me off the ledge with the Clippers. Like you buyer or seller type of.
This is 100% a sell team, and this is strictly a fade team until I see otherwise, especially on the road. This is a team that scored 79 points in an NBA game. That is atrocious. I don't care how good or how mediocre of a team you are. If you score 79 points in this day and age of the NBA, you are not a very good team, or something's not going right in the locker room. I am strictly fading this team here, Craig, especially on the road. When they come home, we'll see if they can keep it competitive and win against the spread here a couple times, but I am strictly, this is off betting here for the Clippers. I absolutely hate betting on this team, Craig.
Like James Harden had 21 or something like that in the first half last night. I was like, man, James Harden did what he did last year. And then second half, he had like 2-3 points. It was
nowhere.
It was nothing. Now, I just don't think you can ask James Harden to have to go get you 25 a night. Like, that's just, you can't ask that at his age. Kawhi has, like, they say he's healthy. It's not the Kawhi that we remember, though. Like is maybe age has caught up to him, Raphael. Like we've seen that happen at this point of players' careers, but it's like he hasn't.
Age and distraction. That's one of the main reasons why he wasn't in one of those big teams when he was MVP type of guy, because he can't handle negative press. He can't handle all the negativity. And what was dragged through the mud before the NBA scandal? His name was dragged through the mud of his fictional company. I think injuries, age, and distraction is going to kill him all season long. I'm totally with Nick. I'm fading the Clippers. I'm betting team totals under. Had them last night, team total under. I'm probably going to keep on betting. If I can get 116, 115 or less pretty much every game, because they're not an NBA team now. They don't shoot a lot of threes. And when they do, they don't hit the three well, so just fade them.
Yeah, it was like they went and got Bradley Beal. It's like, did you not see what he was at Phoenix? Like, I'm sorry. This guy wasn't a starter. Like, if you've watched him the last 2 years, he's not a starter in the NBA on any team right now. Like, you put him on the worst team, I don't think he can play.
He's a defense liability.
Yeah, he's not good. He was never great on defense, but he's, maybe subpar. But now he's subpar and he's not good on offense, and he doesn't shoot the three at a high percentage, which that's what you have to do as a guard now. I mean, you unless your name's DeMar DeRozan, like everybody else has to shoot threes. All right, let's talk the NFL. I'm interested in before we get you out, get everybody out of here. Thursday night football this week, we see the Ravens, and we have Lamar supposed to be back. The Dolphins had a surprise win last week. Now we see them as a 7.5 points, right? That's what we see the line at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Raphael, is there money coming in on the Dolphins?
No, no one's paying that. I think what the sharps are doing, they're waiting to see 8. The ESPN bet had 8, and I saw it drop down earlier. I don't know if it's right now. I haven't checked it. My screen is frozen. I don't have time to reset my computer. But I'd be blown away if this is not 8.5 by kickoff. I just think the Baltimore Ravens are in such a key position right now. When the Steelers lost Thursday Night Football to the Bengals, I did multiple shows and I said the winner of that game was not the Bengals, it was the Baltimore Ravens. Because if you looked at the Steelers' schedule, they were going to probably lose to Green Bay. I thought, and they did. And now now they host the Colts this weekend. They're probably going to lose that one. And the Ravens still have not one, but 2 games against Pittsburgh. So I think they realize that, and they see what Green Bay did to Pittsburgh. This is a game I think they blow them out. Yes, Miami won, but they played Atlanta. The Suicide Squad Atlanta, who killed everyone in Vegas, losing at home on that one. I think Miami goes down.
I was surprised though that it came off. I thought it would open at 6.5 or 7. I was surprised that it instantly basically came out 7.5. I haven't heard anybody say they like Miami, so I was like, man, this number's got to be moving, and it really hasn't. It's kind of stuck that 7.5 at most of the key joints. So I don't know, Nick. Any opinion on this one? It's just like the Dolphins. They lose Tyreek Hill and then win a game. I'm like, what? This makes no sense.
Yeah, Craig, you said it. Everybody that you talk to or, you ask about this game, they're all over the Ravens here and the points. It does scare me, and that makes me lean towards this over-under here. It's sitting at 51.5, and I do believe we do see points scored in this one on Thursday night. I know the trend has been under. I believe last week it did go over, though. You got Tua, obviously. He scored 34 points. Yeah, it was against the Atlanta Falcons, but he still scored it on the defense here. Hopefully that can continue into this week here at home. And then with the Ravens, you maybe have Lamar in this one. If you don't, I think you'll be okay here with that offense in the run game with the Miami Dolphins defensive line. So I like this one to go over the total 51.5 here. I think there will be points scored in Thursday.
Didn't the Ravens win last week? Who they beat last week?
Yeah, don't remind me, Raphael. The Bears.
Well, and it was
bringing that one back up.
And it was Huntley last week. So I was interested that they went to Huntley from Cooper Rush. Obviously, the Ravens defense has been like, as much as not having Lamar, like it has not been what we thought. It started with week 1 in the Bills where you have that big lead and you allow the comeback there. Like, I don't know how anybody plays the under in this game, right? I mean, it's like, seems like I would say the one question is, if Baltimore gets up, do they try to protect Lamar with basically not running him at all because they don't want to get him injured? And they got, they just need to get this win under their belt. They got that extended week. And then Lamar, I think you like you said, I think they're the team to beat in the AFC North if that happens. They still play the Bengals twice. They still play the Steelers twice, which is like, that makes all 3 of these teams. All 3 of these teams are open. So if you sweep you sweep these, you could win the division.
Week 9, and they still have to play the Bengals and Steelers twice. It's crazy. That's crazy how that happened.
And I know it's 17 weeks now, but it's like, dude, how is that even possible? And I know they tried to make the last week a division matchup so that teams, it means more, and you don't rest as many starters. But still, like I couldn't believe that they still had to play the Bengals twice and the Steelers twice. This is a big matchup.
Let me mention this on the total, you guys. Books are saying that they would not be shocked if they close it close to 53, 52.5, 53. Whoa. If it goes that high, then I think you have to start looking at the under. Because what you just said, if Baltimore has a lead or anybody has a comfortable lead, Thursday, if you have a lead, hand off, make the clock tick away, and get away with no injuries. So if it goes that high, if it moves, what did it open up at? 48.5, 49 in some shops. Wow, that's a big difference, a 4-point total.
When they released that, they probably weren't sure Lamar was going, though. So
what
that was probably a point move, right?
What I understood, Books knew Lamar was coming back for this game, not last game.
Because that was the one worry, that's always the what do they really know? We don't know always. Like, we're taking guesses, but it's like, if they didn't know, I could see you started a little lower. And as soon as Lamar's announced, and that public money is going to come pouring in once Lamar comes in too.
One thing about this NBA scandal, it's going to change how professional sports release their injuries. Because no team, no NHL, NBA, or I'm sorry, MLB, football, they want nothing to do with a name called scandal in front of them. So they're going to release their injury reports a lot differently now.
I don't know. Like the beginning and the end of this isn't near, by the way. Yeah. There's a lot more information. Remember last year, what was the guy from the Pistons that was
Beasley?
Beasley. I wonder, because remember, Rozier was talked about, and then they said, NBA said, yeah, no problem. They kind of did the same with Beasley, but no one signed him. So I kind of wonder if like there's more to know, if there's more information coming. I just can't imagine. First of all, if Rozier, Billups, or Jones did anything, they're probably going to squeal so that they save their butt. And I'm guessing that's probably going to put some more people, or all the people, the mafia people that have been arrested as well and indicted as well. Like, you don't think these guys might mention, like, hey, maybe I know another NBA guy that's in on it. So we'll see. It's not good news for our business. I'll just say that much.
Yeah, I look at it opposite.
It's great for our business.
I think it's great for our business because the sports books are the victims here, and at the same time, they're the saviors here. Why do you think college football, or why do you think college sports wanted these kids to bet pro sports? If you're going to catch bad apples, you need to set traps for bad apples. Now these kids can't do anything. They suspended college players from playing any pro sports till what they said, November or something like that. I think it's a brilliant move because you're going to catch scandals is let's set traps. And who's going to catch them? The sports books are going to catch them. They ain't going to catch a bookie in some bar at Applebee's booking plays. They ain't going to catch him.
Well, here's the let me just play the opposite side here. The problem is people always thought games were fixed. We all have heard it. We've heard it a million times. Like the what do they call it? The script is out in the NFL. Who's going to win this week? Blah, blah, blah. NBA's whatever. Now that those people, which not a lot of people, but there's, there are those conspiracy type theories. It's like, see, I told you. See, I told you. Now, thank goodness we haven't heard this in the NFL yet. Thank goodness it's just the NBA, because if it starts to trickle into these other sports, especially the king football, oh goodness. And it doesn't make sense why it wouldn't happen in the NFL, because one, there's a lot more players. So to play under props would be way easier, and they don't make as much money. The NBA players make a shit ton of money. Shit ton. The average NBA guy makes way more than the average, the bottom of the barrel NFL guys aren't making near what and they don't have a longer career. So
I tell people, read the UK papers. There's always a soccer betting scandal, and there's always a tennis betting scandal. We're just making it blow up because it happened in almighty US.
Yeah, well, I always say tennis is the easiest sport to like it always would be, because it's an individual sport and it's 1 versus 1, and a lot of times they're ridiculous favorites. So it's like, if you just bet the other side or told someone to bet the other side, you can make a shit ton of money. Now, granted, it gets caught, and this is how it's always going to get caught, because if these books know, Raphael knows, like we know about how much take should be on a prop in the NBA, especially on an under prop of a Terry Rozier. All of a sudden, 10 times the money comes in. That sets out an unbelievable amount of bells and whistles. And they caught this right away, by the way. The NBA caught this game right away, and they red flagged it.
No, the books caught it right away. Right. The NBA notified.
They told the NBA right away. Yeah. Everybody, like this wasn't like, go back and look at it. It was reported right away. So the NBA and the regulators / sports books have done a very good job of policing this stuff themselves. So it's like, hopefully it's not like a big conspiracy theory like some people think.
The Board Ravage in Mississippi reported it 16 minutes after the last bet was made for it. So,
yeah. So let's just say this, Raphael, and you can probably say this better than others. Rest assured, this sort of stuff doesn't go unchecked. Like, sports books know almost, I won't say to the dollar, but to the percentages, how much should be laid on a game, on a side, a total, a prop, any bet that's met. And if it's outside of those parameters, it gets flagged and they look into it right away.
Yep.
Like, so this is like, it's not going unchecked like some people might think.
The sad part is it wouldn't shock me that some person in White House is going to flex his muscles and they're going to ban some type of all prop bets, all player, or whatever. And it's never going to get caught, because what are people going to do? They're going to sign up offshore. They're going to go to their Applebee's bookie, and it's never going to get caught.
Yeah, I will say this. I think the prop thing can be fixed if they just say, hey, we're only going to allow props on the top 6 or 7 players. One, those are the guys making the most money, so they have a lot more to lose. Let's be honest. Although Terry Rozier was one of those guys, let's be clear. But like, I think that the Porter incident that happened, that should never happen. Like that, he was such a down the rotation player. There should not be a prop, in my opinion, on guys that are that far down the rotation.
Or this prop bet max bet should be like $200 or $100.
Yeah, so
His
it's
prop
like,
bet should not be 5,000 max bet if you're averaging 4.3 minutes a game.
yeah, exactly. Because if you make it a low bet amount, then it's no advantage. They're not going to be able to get down enough money to move it. So I hope that that might be something. I would like college sports to have no props, to be very honest. Like that would be, for me, I think you take away that risk of college, college kids. Granted, they are getting paid. I know. But college kids, not every college kid gets paid. There's some guys, NIL, Nick, when he played baseball, he's probably on the take at Virginia Tech. Be honest, Nick, you were throwing balls.
I was a year out from NIL money. I was in the transfer portal, though.
So,
that's kind of cool to say. That's kind of cool to say. I wish I could say that. That's kind of cool.
I think I was second year. Second year it started there. So,
but if you take away the prop for college sports, then you don't have that. A guy, say at Butler or Dayton college basketball, that's basically getting no NIL, or it's like they're getting a couple $1,000s a month to be able to help pay for food and a car or something. They're not risking that kind of thing. So that would be my word of advice. But let's just say this. Last thing before we get out of here, give me a free play, 30 seconds, Nick. What do you like tonight?
Let's go with my Chicago Bulls. We're running the train here. 3-0. Let's make it 4-0. They got the Kings here tonight, 1-3. It is Levine coming back to Chicago here, so check out his points and rebounds if you want a little player prop in that one. Zach Levine will be back into Chicago, but
and DeMar DeRozan, right? Like both of them are back. So
yep. But I like Levine's points and rebounds there.
This is his first time back. DeRozan's been this like 2.5 seasons. So
he's been back before.
He's been back a few times.
Lay the wood. Bulls -5.
Raphael, how about you?
Jays, Dodgers, both teams to score 3+ runs at +115. It was +130 on game one with these two pitchers, and at cash, I'm going to go again +115.
All right, I like the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. I know their defense has been suspect, but they're facing the Phoenix Suns are terrible. Like poor Devin Booker, he got an extension. They should have said this is a severance package is what they should have called it, because now you get to play with no good players and you're going to be terrible. I think they get blown out again tonight. Give me the Grizzlies -1.5 on the total's 241 in an NBA game, by the way. So it'd be a lot.
I looked at the over too. I did look at the over.
I had a big overplay on the Grizzlies Warriors game, and it went way over. It had 71 in the first quarter. So terrible defense of the Grizzlies, but I do think they outscored the Suns in this one. All right, so those are your some free plays for you. Don't forget, if you want to get in on our free $60 account right here, DocSports.com/free60. We'll see you again next time.